Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0 for my dear audience. In this video, I will describe some different and most beautiful ideas of metal garden art. Dear audience, there are many questions arise in our mind when we talk about metal garden art or decoring garden art. The first of all is you can say that what are benefit of garden art or what is the historical background of garden ornament or garden decoration. What is a concept of a gardening in our metal consignment? So, what is a description of a metal in gardening? So, dear audience, when we talk about what are benefit, then we describe that artwork offers a contrast to the living plants in your garden in many ways. Whether you use metal, glass, or plastic garden decor, it creates textural differences that add visual appeals to the space. So the mix of material and texture draws the eyes to earn your garden more attention. It can be a different ways, like as flowering, a pot flowering, a grass made things, or uh, clay made things like as different pots of clays or different big clays in a different round shaped circle shape means and triangle shaped or different animal when we make in a garden. But in my video I specially make things and give beautiful ideas for metal making things instead of flowering or instead of clay made things or other. I also specially describe metal made things uh, in my video for beauty's purpose of gardens, garden walls, or garden inside and garden outside and garden in front and back front and back down and so many different ways in a exit gate or entrance gate. We also used metal made things in the garden. So dear audience, if we saw the history of the garden ornament means garden beauties, the earliest record of the use of garden decoration dates back to the ancient Rome. So since then, the major style that have cropped up have been the Italian Renaissance garden, the French garden, the English landscape garden, and Japanese garden also we can use in the. So what is the concept of metal gardening? Then a garden or metal garden is a plant space usually outdoor set aside for making a metal things display and enjoyment of metals and other form of nature. So the single feature identifying on the wide list wild garden control. The garden can incorporate both natural and artificial materials. So when we describe the descriptions, it can be used in different in British English. A garden is a piece of land next to a house with flowers, vegetable, other plants, and often grass. In American English, the usual word is yard, and garden refers only to land, which is used for growing flowers and vegetables and other different. So how we can use a different gardening escape, then it is a special and an ornament made. So wide varieties of material can be used for garden sculpture, from wood to metal and from plastic to ceramic and marble resin and concrete. Also on that list is stone, including cast stone. So when we talk about garden in symbol of garden in literature, so in literature, garden represents spaces of great potential which can promote healing and learning. So create romantic bonds and even send characters and into a magical realms. So when you talk about garden ornament that use garden ornament or sculpture as a focal point, the classic place of our large garden ornament or work for art is as focal point at the heart of the courtyard or at the end of the path, or use it to attract interest to an area that might otherwise be overlooked. So what are the principles? When we talk about a principle, then principle of garden layout, it can by a metal project. In order to lay out a good garden, some fundamental principles are to be followed as highlighted below. So garden should be responsibly laid out for the owner's comfort and convenience. So simplicity in design should be a paramount importance, and complexity should be avoided. So, what is the art of gardening called? Horticulture is defined as the science and art of growing fruits, vegetables, flower, and ornamental plants. So, uh, what make a garden beautiful? A beautiful question. Um, are different colors, flowers, basically, but in an artificial manner we can make a different metal project, different metal art, and different metal craft in a flowering pot, by making a flowering pots, by making a birds, by making an animal, a, a simple bird, a simple metal flower we can also decoring purpose. So flowers are lovely, but between flowering season, it is a variation in foliage that keep your garden looking stunning. Look for different color, shapes, and style of leaves, and try color coordinating plants in group or swathes to create a picture that will shall be a year round. So, dear audience, artist paint some we can use in gardening decorating purpose instead of metal project. There is an inherent beautiful to garden that makes the process of painting complementary. The idea and preliminary sketch have been completed for the artist by the grander or by the meaning of gardening. So it all laid out and ready to make the positioning. So, dear audience, how can we decor our garden? Also, describe says how do you hang garden art in a garden, or making a beautiful birds? How we can make for a butterfly, for any other different plates we can adjust it, different boggles, and different flowers, color flowers, and different paintings. So, what is the best metal for outdoor sculpture? Choose the best metal for outdoor sculpture. Aluminium. Iron is the best metal for outdoor art if you want to avoid rusting and wears. For an added layer for protection, we recommended powder coating for garden sculpture and other outdoor metal art. So, a question is arise in our mind. Here at a happy garden, we prefer water-based acrylic latex paint. It's easy to use, hold up well, and is bright and beautiful. So whatever you do, avoid oil-based paint. It's sure to dry out and crack over time. So if we talk about a central theme of the garden. There are three themes that seems to be prevalent throughout the garden. In short, theme or the praise of solitude, the white use of writing, and the speaker's progressions of the outlook from physical to spiritual. So one of the first that present itself is the belief that solitude is ideal. So what do garden represent in art? It can represent the beginning life, symbolize love and patience, and they can perhaps most fundamentally really a space of comfort, reliance, and hope. So a question arises in our mind: Can you make a garden ornament? Then we can yes, oh yes, you can easily and cheaply make your own garden decorations made partly from old objects. Would you like to give your garden a new look? A beautiful metallized project. Would you like to give your garden a new look? Yes, whether big or small, modern or more natural looking, garden decorations are always a good ideas and good differentiate. So we can show that 10 principle that we also use in gardening design for metal project for other different uh, purpose. So unity is a principle of creating a cohesive and harmonious design throughout your garden. So balance is the principle of creating a visually satisfying composition in the garden, like as a creating a different design and different color design and different flowers and different sculpture for art of beauteous things. So proportion is also you can use scale, position, and rhythm. We can also use in gardening, beautiful gardening. It can be a metallic materials or other different clay materials or other different, and also contrast can be used. And focal point we can use uh, in a mid of a grassy plant or in front of the gate entrance or outside and inside, or plotting also we can use different materials which we can make in as a best theme or best, and different also place also we can use, like as a mid of a grassy plot or inside of a grassy plot or outside of grassy plot or in front of grassy plot or outside background of an grassy plot. So dear audience, on focal point also and texture also you can use in gardening beautifulness. So dear audience, I think that my ideas are beauteous for your sight, beautiful of our audience sight, I think. So many other questions arise our mind, like as many other decorative gardening purpose. There are different purpose. You can the best uh, think for improvement of our lifestyle, for improvement of our health, for improvement of our gardening decorative purpose. So, dear audience, I think that my videos and my ideas you like much and inspired you and your dearest children and dearest relatives and other different people you can relate. If my video and idea like you, then subscribe my channel. So, thank you very much. Once again, thank you very much.